Hi everyone, welcome to Muscle Monday six-pack edition. Today we're going to be covering the transverse abdominis muscles. So, first thing I want to go over with you is where they're located in your body. Secondly, I want to go over what they do. And then thirdly, and most importantly, why you care and how that's what they do is going to help you in your goal to get to your six-pack. So, today we have a new model. His name is Henry. He's a hockey player. He is the brother of Henrietta, and he's wearing this big, huge hockey shirt, but that's all right. We get to draw all over it, and I get to show you where the transverse abdominis are. So first thing I want you to do is, wherever you are, I want you to take your hands like this and take them right up here by this rib and take them down so that you're right on your belly button and kind of give yourself like a little bit of a Buddha belly, okay? And then I want you to exhale out. Shh, right? And feel how, pretend like, you're at the beach and you just are wearing your two-piece for the first time, or you're a guy and you see this really hot chick walk by and you're sucking in your gut. That is a transverse abdominis. So let's pretend, okay, hold on. I'm going to give Henry some ribs here. All right, so these are Henry's ribs. And, of course, as you know, I'm so not anatomically correct, so you're not even allowed to make any comments about that. But underneath your rectus abdominis, which we went over a couple weeks ago, if you have questions on that, you can look back to a couple Mondays ago. But underneath that, underneath your obliques, which run this way, are your transverse abdominis. And they run this way, okay? They run this way. And that's why they're called transverse, because they transverse the body, right? And so you fill that in there, and they come down, and they go and they insert at your hip. So I'm going to give him a hip muscle, because here his shirt is going way longer than his pants. I mean, his shirt is going over his pants. So here they connect right in at this hip muscle. So that's where the transverse abdominis is. It's underneath all of the other muscles. So what does the transverse abdominis do? I just showed you what it did. When you sucked in your gut, right, you felt it all the way down. It helps stabilize your spine, and it helped pull in your gut. Now, the other thing that the transverse abdominis does is that it helps all the other muscles work together. So in other words, you cannot do a crunch and just work your rectus abdominis. It's going to work also the transverse. This transverse is going to be there as a stabilizer. Whenever that muscle gets weak or off, believe it or not, one of the biggest things that happens is people need to go for a chiropractic adjustment, a massage, something to help realign themselves, because their spine and therefore all the nerve endings get way out of whack. Now, here's why in your quest for a six-pack, you care about the transverse abdominis and what it does. Because you might be thinking to yourself, what does it matter? It's underneath all the other muscles. Who cares? All right, here's why you care. For one thing, if you have a six-pack but you can't hold your gut in, I mean, really? No. When you pull those transverse abdominis in, it helps get all those other, remember I was telling you about the rectus abdominis, how it has these little tendons that go across it? It allows that rectus abdominis to kind of pop out and show your six-pack. So definitely, that's one reason. It's going to help show it off. The second reason is this. Your transverse, unless you are asleep, should be using that muscle. Right now, that muscle is engaged. My transverse muscle, it's through years of Pilates training. My grandmother was a ballet dancer. My mom did ballet. I mean, it was honed into my sister and I. Suck your belly in, suck your belly in, suck your belly in, suck your belly in. Like, it was a non-negotiable. And so it went from only doing it when my mom was around to, 5 minutes after she left the room, oh yeah, I can let that go. But then over time, I just kept holding the ab in more and more and more. So now what happens? better posture, and less lower back pain. We have a generation where lower back pain is taking people out for the count. Now, the third reason is because the transverse, if it's a spine stabilizer, helps you with almost all your cardio activity that you need to get good at in order to lose the extra weight. So, for example, if you're doing squats and your transverse is not sucked in, it's going to pull on your back, and it's not going to properly, what that's going to do is it's going to short circuit, so your butt's not working right. Your quads are going to go more into gear. It's a whole chain reaction. When you're running, if you are a runner and you are experiencing low back pain, you are not sucking in your gut while you run. You're not running from your core. You're trying to use your legs, and that's going to result in terrible pain. If you're a soccer player, if you are a weightlifter, that is like a built-in weightlifting belt. So the transverse is the one that helps support all other functions of the core, and it's super important. So now that I've gone over that, next week we're going to go over the other muscles in your core that help you get a well-defined six-pack, and they're not the muscles you think, because you're probably like, she's already gone over the obliques, the abdominals, now she's gone over this. There's more? Yes, there are more muscles, and next week's going to cover those that have that have your back, all right? Now, I want to just leave you with this last thing. On Wednesday, I will be doing a full 10-minute ab workout. It's going to work every muscle from every angle, and you will love it. It's going to bring you a good sweat. All right, so I'll see you guys all on Workout Wednesday. Peace out.